There was a lot to digest in this week's episode of Doctor Who, so without further ado, here's a roundup of Easter eggs, parallels and allusions to the past from the haunting of Villa Diodati. Number 1. Jack's warning. In Fugitive of the Judoon, Captain Jack had famously warned the Doctor to beware the lone Cyberman, pleading with her to not give it what it wants, at all costs. Now we know what the lone Cyberman was so keen to get its hands on, the Cyberium. Presumably, this is the object which Jack said the Alliance sent back through time across space in order to defeat the Cybermen. I doubt we've heard the last of it just yet. Number 2. Some reused locations. The house used for the hallway of Villa Diodati has featured in the show before on 2 occasions. It appeared as Jackie Tyler's mansion in 2006's Rise of the Cybermen and the Age of Steel, the first Cyberman story of the revival, and as Grail's mansion in 2012's The Angels Take Manhattan. It was also used in the Sherlock story The Six Thatchers. And I'm not even going to try and say the name of it out loud, but it's up on the screen should you wish to have a Google yourself. Fast forward to the end of the story, and doesn't that forest look a bit familiar? That's because it's part of the Canada Lodge and Lake grounds, a location previously used to double as Norway in Series 11's It Takes You Away. Number 3. Fallen Friends. As the Doctor prepares to confront the lone Cyberman, and she implores her friends not to follow her, vowing, "I will not lose anyone else to that," she perhaps has previous companion Bill Potts in mind, who had met a grisly end during the Doctor's most recent Cyberman encounter. Equally, she could have been thinking of Danny Pink, who became a Cyberman in Death in Heaven, or even Adric, who sacrificed himself to defeat the Cybermen in Earthshock. Number 4. References to the Romantics. Mary's line, "Something to awaken thrilling horror, to make us dread to look around, to curdle the blood and quicken the beatings of the heart," is taken practically word for word from her 1831 author's introduction to Frankenstein. She refers to Ashad / the lone Cyberman as a modern Prometheus, which is the subtitle to her famous horror tale. In addition to this, Graham paraphrases the first line of Jane Austen's Pride and Prejudice, which, in the real world, was published just 3 years before this episode is set. The lone Cyberman recites part of Percy Shelley's philosophical poem Queen Mab, and the poem read by Lord Byron at the close of the story is his own work, Darkness, which was written over the very same summer. Number 5. A not-so-new Cyberman. Rather fittingly, the costume for the lone Cyberman is not brand new, instead making use of parts from previous models. Overall, it seems to be a mismatch of the most recent 2 designs. The chest piece and right arm appear to be from the Nightmare and Silver variants, while the lower torso matches that of the Cybermen. In addition to this, the left arm, with its surgical bandages and wrappings, metal rings and retained human hand, pays homage to the original Mondasian, or 10th Planet, design. Of course, it's not the first time an old enemy has been given a rusty, makeshift makeover in the Chibnall era. A similar approach was taken with the resurrected Recon Dalek in Resolution. Number 6. Quickfire Easter eggs. The pre-title scene of this episode gave me flashbacks to 2013's Hyde, another occasion when the knock at the door of a haunted house had ended up being nothing more than the Doctor and their companions making an entrance. The Doctor had previously met Lord Byron's daughter, Ada Lovelace, in the Series 12 opener, Spyfall, as she acknowledges here. The Doctor's plume hat was rather reminiscent of the headgear worn by the first Doctor way back in 1964's The Reign of Terror. Graham's delight at finding a plate of food, and his comments, "Fair play to you lot, there's never any food," echoes the running gag about there never being any time to eat during his adventures with the Doctor, first established in Rosa and referenced in It Takes You Away, when it's revealed that he now takes a cheese and pickle sarnie with him everywhere he goes. Finally, the Doctor had previously used the phrase flat team structure with reference to her fam in The Witchfinders and Fugitive of the Judoon. As ever, thank you so much for watching this video. I really hope it pointed out something to you that you hadn't noticed before. And if there's anything at all that I missed or forgot to say, please do feel free to let me know in the comments section below. Do also feel free to subscribe if you're new, and I'll be back next week for another 6 Things You Missed video focusing on episode 9 of series 12, Ascension of the Cybermen. But until then, thank you so much for watching, and goodbye for now.